This is the video notes for 9.2b, calculating the regression line. So in 9.2a, we drew in our own lines of best fit, but today we're going to learn how to calculate the lines of best fit by using our calculators. So the first thing that we need to do is use our calculator to sketch a scatter plot, calculate the regression line, and then we're going to make a prediction here at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to add a few videos here to show you each of the steps to help you create the scatter plot and ultimately calculate the line of best fit, the regression line. Our first video that I'm going to add in is what you always need to start with. Always clear your y equals editor, and I'll show you how to do that. This is how you clear any equations out of your y equals editor before you create a line of best fit for your data set. Go to y equals, it's upper left here. Mine is rubbed away because it's just been used a lot, so I hit that one. You can see I have an equation in the y equals editor, so I'm going to hit clear right here and it goes away. Now that I've done that, when I hit graph, I should not have any lines graphed. It should be an empty graph. This is a reminder of how to clear data in your lists under the stat menu. So you click on the stat menu and then go to edit, so that first option. And then you see here I have data in 2 of my lists. So if I wanted to clear list 2, I would go up and highlight list 2 and hit clear, enter, and it would clear it. And then I could do the same thing for list 1, highlight it, hit clear, and enter. All right, now that we've gone over the beginning items, which were to clear any equations in your y equals editor, and make sure that your lists are also cleared in your stats menu. Now let's go ahead and work on this problem. So I'm going to show you how to add 2 sets of data. So this is, looks like it's total fat and total calories into your calculator. If I wanted to enter bivariate data into my calculator, I would have to edit 2 lists. So we go to stat and we hit enter for edit, and now I'm going to add my data to 2 lists. So if I were using the data for our problem on our notes, I would enter total fat under list 1. So I would go 9, enter 13, enter 21, enter 30, enter 31, enter 31, enter 34, enter 25, enter 28, enter 20, enter 5, and then I would enter the total calories under list 2. So that would be 260, 320, 420, 530, 560, 550, 590, 500, 560, 440, and 300. Now I have my bivariate data entered into my calculator, and this can be used to create a scatter plot and also to help me calculate the line of best fit. Now that I have my bivariate data entered, now I want to make my scatter plot. So in order to do this, first I'm going to set up my plot setup screen. So I'm going to go to second, y equals, because I want to access this stat plot right above in blue. So I'm going to go second and y equals. And I'm just going to choose plot 1, so I hit enter. And I want to make sure that it's turned on. If I don't turn it on, then my scatter plot data won't show up on my graph. So they're defaulted to off, so make sure you click enter on. Make sure the type is scatter plot, so that's this first choice here. Make sure it's using list 1 and list 2, and then you get to decide which mark you would like to use. Once you've set this up, then we want to make our scatter plot. So then you hit zoom, which is this middle button here, and you're going to choose 9. So 9 right here is called zoom stat. That's what we're using. So we hit enter, and you'll see that it graphs my scatter plot data. Once we have our scatter plot data graph, the next part is to have it graph a line of best fit, also known as a regression line. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So we go to the stat menu right here, and instead of editing, we're going to go to calc. And what we want to do is we want to do line reg ax plus b. So the fourth option right there. Go ahead and hit enter. Make sure it's using the proper lists. List 1, list 2, looking good. And we do want it not just to calculate the line of best fit, but we also want it to store the equation in my y equals menu. So in order to do that, I go to store reg equation, EQ, and then I hit the vars button, so it's variables right here, vars, and I go to y variables and hit 1 for function, and I can store it in any spot in my y equals menu, so I'm just going to choose y1. Once I've done that, then I hit calculate, and then it spits out data for my line. So it looks like y equals 11.7x plus 194-ish. That will be the equation for my regression line for my line of best fit. Now that I have my equation calculated and stored in the y equals menu, now if I want to see my graph with my scatter plot data and the line of best fit or regression line, all I do is hit the zoom button and then do 9 so that it does the zoom stat. Once I do that, then I'll see all my scatter plot data and my trend line. Let's go ahead and fill in our sketch of our scatter plot, our equation for our regression line, and do our prediction. So our graph looked like this. On the y-axis, we had total calories right here. The x-axis was total fat right here. Our trend line went something like that. And then all our points, just sketch as best you can where they're located. We had to kind of group together right here. And then one right here, one right here, one right here, one kind of on the line, kind of on the line. Okay, so once you've done your sketch, then go ahead and fill in your regression line equation. That's going to be y equals 11.7x plus 194. It was 193 with change, but I'm just going to round it to the whole number. And then once we've done that, then we're going to do a prediction. So we're going to use our equation for the line of best fit, regression line, to predict for 40 grams, how many calories would that be? So we're going to say y equals 11.7 times 40 plus 194. That gets us 662 calories. I'm also going to add labels to the scatter plot. So down here, really fast, I'll just write total fat. And over here, this is total calories. Once I've done that, then everything looks good. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you good luck on your practice.